So, well, so there's this person that sent a message in the Lion community. That's a Peugeot group or community I created. So, in one of the branches of this community, which is a WhatsApp group, so somebody I know posted there that he is confused. He wants to change his 406. I've served him so well for years. And the 406 has a 1.8 liter petrol engine, which is EW7J4 with manual transmission. So the car served him well and he wants to upgrade, but he doesn't really know which of the Peugeot car to change the 406 with, to replace the 406 with. However, I said it's not the Peugeot 407 and the Peugeot 607 are not in the picture. That they are not among the listed cars to even consider. He doesn't want any of them. So other than that, he doesn't know which other Peugeot cars to upgrade to. And so I responded to that message. And so I want to read that because I know a lot of people will be going to similar things. They'll kind of be confused. I want to change. Which one should I buy? Because 406 is a very good car, very, very good car. So it can be very hard to let go, considering that other ones are the successors or the ones produced after 406 may not serve the same purpose 406 or your 406 have served you, depending on the purpose anyway. Not like the other newer Peugeot cars are not as good as 406, but 406 there's a kind of purpose it can serve, which other ones will not serve, and there's a purpose other ones will serve, which 406 will not serve. So I responded to that message. I'm going to read it out, maybe add one or two things while I'm reading. Okay, so I responded by saying, since 407 and 607 are out of the pictures, number one, let's 307, that's Peugeot 307, T5 and T6, that's 2002 to 2008 model, that's phase 1 and phase 2. So I said the cost of maintenance, okay, I can't go further than this. The cost of maintenance is same with Peugeot 6406. The leg and the headrooms are very okay, even for a very tall person. 406 is wider though in terms of interior space, number of passengers rear seats can take. The 1.6 to 2.0 liter petrol engines in 307 will serve you same way your Peugeot 406 has done so far. However, I wouldn't consider switching from 406 to 307 as an upgrade, but as a replacement or change for something different. So I mentioned Peugeot 307 as a car he can change. Since he said he has been using this 406 for too long or for so long that he wants something else. So I recommended 307. And 307 is not really a family size car big enough like 406. So that's why I was like trying to explain. Yes, you could say like the phase 2 is newer because the first one was actually produced the same time with Peugeot 406. So we won't say it's older. No, that 406 is older. So I mentioned the petrol engines in Peugeot 307, which is at least from 1.6 to 2.0. Of course, we have 1.4, but I think from 1.6 to 2.0 liter, of course, we have various 2.0 liter engine in Peugeot 307. About how many of them? Three? Yeah, three of them. So they will serve as good as the 1.8 to 2.0 liter in 406 will serve. Like I remember, I said the guy has 1.8 406 with 1.8 liter petrol engine. So the 307 will serve the same purpose, and the maintenance cost will not be different between from 406. However, um, I mentioned that, if you are if what you are actually interested is an upgrade from 406, as in something much better than 406, or let's maintain that word upgrade. You want to upgrade from 406, then 307 is not a better car to use in that case, because it's as if you are downgrading. You are not going up when if you are switching from 406 to 307. So there's not it's not an upgrade. You could say you are still where you are, or a little bit downgrading. But let's just leave it at you are still where you are. Uh, Except that at least it's not something different. It's no longer the same car you look at every day, the same interior you sit in every day. It will look much different. However, the 307 interior is not, it won't really make much change. Maybe in the beginning, but after a while, you see that there's not much change you feel when you make the purchase from that when you shift or you switch from 406 to 307. They are not, it's, I don't know which design I would say is better in terms of the dashboard. Something you stare at most of the time when you are driving. So it's not a car that I would consider, but unless you just want something change, you don't even care anymore whether it's an upgrade, that you just want something different. Yeah, maybe you can go for 307. And then the second car I suggested is Peugeot 408, which is also known as T7. Now, I forgot to also enter something else there, that is 308. So the 408 is more like a saloon of 308. So let's just say Peugeot 408 and 308 can serve same purpose like 307, except you won't find them in major European countries. Since your interest is Tokumbo, that's foreign use. You can import from Middle East and other Asian countries and America, excluding USA and Canada. They sold manual ones with EW10A and the TU5JP for over there, unlike Nigeria, where they sold or only automatic if you prefer manual transmission. You can go for THP engine one, but maintenance cost goes up. So Peugeot 408 or Peugeot 308, that's the phase 1 308, which is known as T7, or Peugeot 408 phase 1 too. Um, it's still, I won't consider 406 to 408. It's still not an upgrade, because 408 is a replacement of 308 saloon. Yes, so it's still within that reach. It's a replacement of 308 saloon. Um, but at least it's something much newer. So in terms of the technology or the interior, yes, I will call it an upgrade. But in terms of size and class, no, 406 is still not in. It's 406 has a higher class than the 408 in terms of, you know, yeah, class or function. What you can do, 406 is bigger. It can do, it even has more power depending on the engine you are going for. So 408 will serve that purpose. But the only thing, the reason why I put clause there is The only Peugeot 408 you find in Nigeria are like 99.5% or 99.9%. They are all EW10A, that's with automatic transmissions. I've never seen any of those ones with TU5 JP4 engine, that's 1.6 liter engine, or seen one with manual transmission here. So all the new ones they sold, they had that EW10A engine. Of course, there could be one with manual, maybe imported as used, not as brand new. But good luck finding one. So if you buy one, it may make sense to import. And if you're importing, I wouldn't buy that the one with automatic transmission. It's very sluggish. The engine has a lot of power, about 145 or 143 horsepower or thereabouts. But the transmission, what's the model? 88. 88 is almost the same thing with AF. The transmission is not encouraging at all. The automatic transmission is not encouraging. No matter what you do, it takes eternity to move. Of course, eventually, unless you press and hold your leg on the floor, the throttle pedal on the floor, that's when you become aggressive. Now, I'm not saying everybody likes to drive that way. So, yeah, what I'm saying is some people that like quick acceleration every once in a while, you will not get it from Peugeot 308 with that 2.0 liter petrol engine and automatic transmission. If you want, the best of them is get one with manual. Don't get one with automatic with the hope that worst case scenario convert to manual, because there are no parts for you to do that conversion here. Remember, this car is not available here, the manual one. So to get the parts to do that conversion is going to be very, very challenging. Except those live outside Nigeria that had access to those manual ones. So they can find ones that were scrapped and use those parts. Of course, what's it called? 308, even the 308, that phase one, has same engine and transmission, but the problem is the ones that you see mostly on Nigerian roads or that they bring in don't come with that EW10A. So they are mostly others. So to do that conversion is going to be quite challenging so source the parts to do. So if you don't like the automatic at all, then when you order outside Nigeria and gear just goes direct for the manual. Trust me, you enjoy it. So at least now you know it's a car I will consider at least especially for somebody. See, remember, I'm talking to more like to this guy, which may help other people, but he is, coming from 1.8 liter EW7J4, which has about 110 horsepower or thereabout. So I want you to understand where I'm coming from. It's not like if he moves from that EW7J4 to EW10A, he's going to enjoy it and even consume less than that his EW406, because EW10A has more power and consume less. So you understand, he will enjoy it more if he can get the manual. If he goes for automatic, there's no problem, but for somebody coming from 406 with EW7J4 manual transmission, he will find 408 or 308 with that 2.0 liter EW10A with automatic very, very sluggish. He will not enjoy the car. You end up hating the vehicle unless you are actually into automatic and you don't care. Even if the car takes you ages to get to where you are going, then no, go ahead. No. Maintenance costs, not much. It's just like 308. There's not much. It's not really that expensive. Yeah. The engine is available here. Other parts, other vehicles use it, except like intake manifold is different. Throttle body is different. Okay. The next vehicle It's a Peugeot 807, that's V2. I said Peugeot 807 can serve you like Peugeot 406, including maintenance cost if you are okay with a van. EW10J4, EW10A, and EW12J4 are there with both auto and manual uh, options. That's manual transmission options, except EW12J4 that comes only in manuals. V6 is there but limited to automatic gearbox only. Fuel consumption are a little bit higher than the 406, but nothing significant. So now you also know Peugeot 807 is there, is a van. So yes, I will consider 406 to 807 as an upgrade. Even though they kind of were produced also almost at the same time, the later 406 too, the ones that are produced towards the 2003, so almost the same time. And but in terms of uh, the body, the gadget, yeah, consider it as an upgrade. But it's a van, so it's more like a family vehicle. It's a van, but it's a very good car. And you feel something. That's a car that when you buy, it's not that it's quicker, but it's a car you buy, you feel something completely different from 406. You feel that yes, you actually bought not a new car. It's not necessarily a brand new car, but something that wow you and for a very long time. So the engines are there. If you are interested only in manual, you get it with these three engine I mentioned. That's for petrol, which is EW10J4 and EW10A. These are 2.0 liter engine. Then 2.2 liter is EW12J4. So you can get all these three engines with manual transmission. If you want automatic, they are only limited to um, EW10J4, EW10A, and the V6. So, so it doesn't, well, in this case, I don't think I'll tell you don't buy auto, but of course, I will advise to buy 807 with EW10J4 engine attached with automatic transmission. It's going to be sluggish. The car has some weight, so the vehicle has some weight, so the auto will not be the best. Automatic is much better with the V6 on that vehicle than EW10A. So it will make more sense to either go for EW10J4 with manual, EW10A with manual, or EW12J4 that comes only in manual. So, but EW10A manual is very okay. No, EW10A automatic, yeah, the engine has some reasonable power, not much different from EW10J, but you can actually pull the distance. So, it depends. It's not the best on individual. Some people really don't mind. They just, as long as the car moves, however it moves, even if they don't mind. So, can buy auto or manual. Please, it makes sense. So yeah, unless the person doesn't like van at all, then it may not be a better option. So continue. I said Peugeot 301 M3. Um, Peugeot 301 can serve as well and consume less than all mentioned above. If you prefer manual transmission with 1.6 EC5, 115 HP, and 115 engine, you will have to import, again not from Europe. The three-cylinder model is the best for fuel economy if it's your priority, but you should be okay with the lower power output. So the Peugeot 301, yeah, they are produced brand new here in Nigeria. So is it an upgrade from 406? Yeah, you might look at it that way, even though it's a very, very small car compared to Peugeot 406. Yeah, but it's a different vehicle. So Yeah, you can consider it as an upgrade in terms of technology, not in terms of the class or body size or in terms of the technology, newness and all that. Yeah, you may see it that way. For me, it's more like a new 307, even though 307 self, yeah, let's just leave it at that. It's more like a newer 307, even though there's a 308 that's is a succeeded 307 anyway. So, it has the one you mostly find in Nigeria is the one with 1.6 liter petrol engine. But unfortunately, they all come with automatic for those who prefer manual. So you can't get them. The one they sold brand new in Nigeria, can't get them in automatic with this 1.6 liter engine, petrol engine. So if you want a manual one, you have to import. They are available but sold outside Nigeria. So you have to import the manual one. Personally, I will go for that manual one. Make more sense. I've not driven one. The ones I've driven so far were the one with automatic transmission, 88, 4 speed. So I would have preferred the manual one to do, but whichever one. The gearbox not bad, even though. So if you want 301 with manual that you can easily get in Nigeria, then it will be the one with three-cylinder engine. Don't think they have automatic transmission. The M3, the phase 1, 301. They're all manual, 5-speed manual transmission. So you can go for that. But of course, the power is not that much. It's about 70 horsepower or thereabout. So in that case, your 406, uh, the 301 will feel underpowered when you upgrade from 406, 1.8 liter to this 301 with a 3-cylinder engine, which is about, I think, 1.2. Is it 1.2 liter engine also? So you will feel underpowered, but unless you don't mind that, because actually it has its own advantage. The fuel consumption is one of the best. So it's something you get to enjoy, even though the power is not much. Okay, so 508. It can serve you, that's the W2, the first generation. It can serve you, but not as 406. Yeah. Engine maintenance cost is much higher if you prefer the W2. That W2 is the first generation 508. Go for one produced from 2013 upward. Timing chain tensioner issue with earlier THP engines were sorted out from 2013, late 2012 actually, unless previous users of 2010 to 2012 have replaced theirs with newer tensioner and chains. W2 can be considered as the actual upgrade to D9 if you are willing to spend more in keeping one in good shape. So now, make more. It's very clear. The 508 is, yes, it's a better upgrade. Okay, not a better upgrade, but it can really be considered as an upgrade from Peugeot 406. But because of the nature of their engines, you will spend more in maintenance. Even though the fuel consumption is much lower than the 406, but the maintenance costs, other things like engine, sourcing for engine oil and the other factors too. So you spend more time not to. Yeah. Then there are other ones that I did not add here, but belong to the same category to 408 to 508 category, like 3008, 4008. Yeah, 2008, 4008, especially that first generation. Um, We also have 4007, but the thing with that 4007 is they are not much available. So, sourcing of parts, though the engines are Mitsubishi engines for the 4007 and 4008. But so if you are focusing on 4000, it's cheap. Oh, 4007 is very cheap to buy as foreign use. But like I said, the engines, you have to source. Even the mechanic, you have to use Mitsubishi mechanics to do the repairs when it comes to engine and stuff like that. So I didn't bring it up because depending on your location, it may pose a very big problem to maintain, be able to maintain Peugeot 4007. It's an SUV, likewise 4008. The 3008 has a Peugeot. In fact, 3008 is more like a bigger 308 or 307, you know. So, so that's that. I don't know if I'm forgetting every other vehicle. Like I said, he doesn't want what's it called? Peugeot 407 and the 607. Now, for those who would have preferred, yeah, 407 is okay. For those who wouldn't mind, 407 is, of course, 407 succeeded 406. In actual word, that should be the right upgrade, direct upgrade. But of course, 407, it has its positive and negative. One of the negative I always point out when it comes to Nigeria is the suspension. The suspension is one of the weakness, if not major weakness of 407 on Nigerian road conditions. Other than if you are driving it on smooth roads, like those that live outside Nigeria, they may not really worry about it like in the West. Likewise, if you live in a place, in a state in Nigeria, like in FCT or Abuja, where the roads are in the city are smooth, you won't worry much about the suspension. If I all this thing I'm saying, man, we wondering what I'm talking about. But when you start using the car on very bad roads constantly, it's going to cost you so much in trying to fix the suspension. One noise or the other will just be popping up here and there. So, so the only thing, the price you have to pay to use Peugeot 407 in Nigeria, especially on bad road, is to drive it very, very slowly. Very, very slowly. What I'm saying is, if 406 can speed on bad road or rough road and get away with it, or worst case scenario, one or two suspension parts may fail, like the stabilizer link or wishbone bushings, stuff like that. But 407, wow, if you use it the same hash, use it harshly like 406 on rough road or bad road or gallops on speed, you're gonna pay. Dearly for to fix all the problems that will come up. So that's the weakness. So you have to do it. It means once you get to a very rough road, you reduce your speed drastically. You can gradually drive on it. When you are done, you continue with your speed. Or use it more often. Don't travel with it that often, because one thing with long journey on Nigeria road, no matter what you think, you will always hit potholes on speed. You can't avoid it. So the best you can do is don't travel much with it. Do just every once in a while you can travel with it. Unless you are sure that the interstate road you are using, you are going to drive the car is smooth, very smooth, at least more than 70% smooth, no rough. But if it's very bad, just do it once in a while and don't, if possible, avoid doing it. It's not good for rough or bad roads. Put your 407 suspension. But the 607 suspension is more like 406, so I don't want to talk much on that. So in terms of, it's a good upgrade as well, but I wouldn't recommend changing your 406 to phase 1 607. You won't really. It's like you will enjoy it. It's not to me. It's not. It's like you are buying another 406 because same transmission, same stuff, but the interior stuff, they won't really look like an upgrade from the 406, even though they are completely different vehicle. They look different, even the dashboard, the interior, but still doesn't look newer to 406. That's where I'm coming from. So the only 607 you can buy that when you see the vehicle, it looks like you got something newer than the 406 is the phase 2 607. So in that case, phase 2 607 for somebody that was using EW7J4 1.8 liter manual, you enjoy the one with EW12J4 phase 2 with 6-speed manual transmission. Yes, we enjoy it if we can find one. If you also want the V6 automatic, yeah, it's there. The automatic is good. You can get that one. I enjoy it. Except the automatic one, the V6 one, of course, it has variable suspension, so the shock absorbers cost more than the non-V6 one, so you have to be careful. It's just like when you're even drive the 6407 users drive on bad road that slowly. You have to do the same so that the shock absorbers are not affected. If they fail because of the way how rough you drive on bad roads or rough roads, it's going to cost you more to replace those shock absorbers. But every other components, they are similar to 406. In fact, some are even identical in terms of suspension. So that's all about it. Of course, if you want, you can buy a new car. Now, I'm just talking about the person who is considering buying a used vehicle, fully used. So, but if you can afford a new car, of course, we have Peugeot 508 brand new, Peugeot 301 brand new, Peugeot 3008 brand new. You can even import. There are so many other Peugeot models that Nigeria has not produced. You can import, you know. So I hope this video helps for those who really need it to make some decisions on which Peugeot car to upgrade to. So you can check them out, check out the pictures online and see the one that attracts you the most, and the ones the condition I mentioned are okay to you. If possible, go and test drive them, see how they drive, whether automatic or manual, check them out, see if you're okay with each one. Of course, manual will always feel like your 406. Though for the 406, some manuals are very, very bad in terms of design, like the 406 with EW10J for the manual transmission there has a very bad design. So that's one of the weaknesses of Peugeot 406 with that engine. So you could just check it out. At least you now know your options. All right.